Have you ever felt like, even when you're saying something important, people just don't pay attention? Like there's some invisible wall between what you mean to say and how others actually see you? I totally get it. I've been there more times than I can count. But in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what I did to turn that around. You'll learn why certain behaviors can sabotage your communication before you even say a single word. These are the 4 mistakes that can ruin your conversation before it even starts. If you've ever felt like people don't really listen to you the way they should, drop a comment below saying, "I want to be taken seriously." Mistake number 1, the blocked facial expression. For the longest time, I believed that keeping a serious face made me look more respectable. I thought that looking stern gave off an air of focus and authority. But everything changed the day I watched a video of myself presenting a college project. I had this idea I was so passionate about, but what I saw shocked me. I didn't look confident. I looked irritated, cold, distant. Here's the truth. When your face shows a neutral expression, the world doesn't read that as calm or balanced. People see it as disinterest, arrogance, or even disdain. And it happens fast. Research from Princeton University shows that we form trust judgments in just 100 milliseconds simply by looking at someone's face. That means even if your words are powerful, if your expression is blocked, people won't trust what you're saying. Want to fix it? Stand in front of a mirror. Relax your eyes. Gently lift your eyebrows. Soften the corners of your mouth. Not to fake a smile, but to show you're open, present, and approachable. These small adjustments can completely change the energy you give off, whether you're at work, on a date, or just having a casual chat. Now think about this. How many times have you been misunderstood just because your face didn't match what your heart was really feeling? And no, just forcing a smile isn't the answer either. Mistake number 2, the mechanical smile. For a long time, I thought smiling was all it took to seem friendly. And I did smile in every social situation. But there was a problem, and people could feel it. My smile was empty. It didn't reach my eyes. And when a smile doesn't come from the right place, it creates doubt, even if your intention is good. There's actually a scientific term for this, the Duchenne smile. It's the kind of smile that activates the muscles around your eyes, and it's the one the human brain recognizes as truly genuine. Paul Ekman, a leading expert on facial expressions, showed that when we smile from the heart, we create an instant emotional connection with the person in front of us. But a forced smile, even a subtle one, comes off as fake. Want to try something? Go to a mirror. First, give a polite, just being nice kind of smile. Now, think about someone you truly love or something that really makes you laugh and smile again. The difference is obvious. Your eyes light up, your cheeks lift, your whole face aligns with the feeling. That kind of smile is magnetic. It makes people feel safe. It invites them in. Have you ever noticed when someone gave you a fake smile? How did it make you feel? Energy doesn't lie, right? But body language goes way beyond facial expressions. Mistake number 3, hidden hands or tense gestures. For a long time, crossing my arms was my go-to posture. I thought it made me look confident and in control. But what I didn't realize was that my body was sending the opposite message. When we hide our hands, even unintentionally, it signals defensiveness, tension, or mistrust. Our brains are wired to read that as a red flag. Studies from Harvard University show that open body language immediately boosts how others perceive your authority and your empathy. Showing your hands, for instance, is a primal gesture of safety. It tells people you're not hiding anything. And when you use natural, relaxed gestures, your words gain energy, credibility, and flow. Try this. Next time you're explaining something, record a short video of yourself. Then watch it back and ask, where are my hands? Are they moving with your words, or are they stiff, hidden, or just hanging there? If your hands are inactive or tense, it could be weakening your presence. The solution? Practice. Start with simple, intentional gestures that match what you're saying, highlighting keywords or reinforcing emotions. When your hands speak with you, your message becomes more powerful and memorable. Does that resonate with you? Have you ever noticed how great communicators use gestures strategically? Start paying attention. In fact, we've got another video in this series, Magnetic Communication, where I dive deeper into body language techniques that truly capture attention. Mistake number 4, disconnected eye contact. There was a time when I avoided eye contact because I thought it felt intrusive. And when I tried to fix it, I went too far. The stare made people uncomfortable. Until I finally understood something simple, yet powerful. The right kind of eye contact at the right time completely changes how people see you. The secret isn't to stare, but to hold eye contact gently and with intention. Research from the University of Wolverhampton found that maintaining eye contact about 70% of the time during a conversation boosts how others perceive your empathy, competence, and sincerity. And no, this doesn't mean locking eyes without blinking. It's about being present. When you speak, look with calm confidence. When you listen, keep your focus genuine. Occasionally looking away and coming back adds a sense of ease and respect for the other person's space. Just by making this adjustment, I started to notice people paying closer attention to me. My words carried more weight, even though I wasn't changing what I said. Because what supports your message isn't just the content, it's how you look at the person in front of you. So, what's your eye contact like on a daily basis? Do you tend to overdo it or avoid it too much? If you're realizing that these subtle things might be holding you back, stay with me, because next, I'm going to show you exactly how I put these changes into practice and transformed the way I communicate. Once I realized how small tweaks could completely change the way people listen to me, I decided to put it to the test. I recorded 2 videos of myself, just using my phone. One was how I used to present myself, the old version of me. And the other, I applied everything I've shared with you here, step by step. The difference was striking. In the second video, I came across clearer, more confident, more human. Now it's your turn. Grab your phone and record a 30-second video talking about anything, a work idea, a random thought, even a personal rant. Then watch it back carefully. What's your facial expression like? Your smile? Your hands? Your eye contact? This simple review will show you exactly where your communication feels stuck and where you can improve in a real, practical way. The golden tip is to practice in real, everyday situations. Talk to your delivery driver during a quick team call, or even with a family member. The more you consciously apply these small adjustments, the more natural they become. This isn't about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about letting your best self shine through clearly and authentically. If you try this exercise today, you'll start to notice how people respond to you differently. Your words will land stronger. Your presence will earn more respect. And this is the beginning of a whole new way of communicating. And it starts right now. You can keep saying all the right words and still be ignored. Or you can adjust how your body communicates and finally be taken seriously without trying to force it. The most powerful communicators aren't the ones with the fanciest words. They're the ones who align posture, eye contact, gestures, and intention. That's what creates real presence. That's what builds authority without ever having to demand it. Now that you've seen the subtle mistakes that may have been quietly sabotaging your image, it's time for the most important part, taking action. Choose one adjustment and try it out today. Then come back and tell me, what changed? I want to know how people started listening to you differently. And if this video helped you, share it with someone who's tired of being misunderstood over things that are completely fixable. Don't forget to subscribe. This video is part of the Magnetic Communication series, where I show you how to transform the way you're perceived in any conversation. And remember, authority isn't forced, it's felt. And yours starts now.